From Abuja, the nation's capital, this is Matters Arising, reaching you live from the studios of King Adebayo Film and Theatre Arts Network, popularly known as KAFTAN Television, where we imagine a beautiful world. Matters Arising is the flagship talk show of KAFTAN TV that features in-depth discussions and analysis of trending and topical national as well as international issues by our team of seasoned broadcast journalists. My name is Macaulay Honohashi, welcoming you most profoundly at this auspicious time for joining us tonight on Matters Arising. My name is
Richard. Good evening, and please, as usual, don't touch the dial. We are here to serve you.
That's right, already you heard it loud and clear. We are here to serve you. We are two right here in the studio, but you out there, the viewer, you are the third person. That's why we don't take you for granted, and we don't take you present for availing yourself the opportunity to sit before your television sets to watch this program for granted. And that is additionally why we welcome you most profoundly to tonight's show, which promises to be engaging, incisive, and interactive, as well as conversational. You can also be a part of the conversation by calling our phone number, 002-993-8365. Never worry yourself, it's going to be displayed on your screen later in the course of the show. All right, Richard? The House of Representatives has advanced a constitutional amendment bill, removing immunity clause that will, make it create opportunity for vice president, governors, and their deputies to, to face criminal prosecution while still in office. It sounds funny. When I heard it, I was like, is this some kind of joke? Because I'm waiting to see it, if it's going to see the light of the day, because there will be a lot of pushback, and some people, there's a demographic, you and I know them, they're going to fight it. Don't you think so?
Yeah, they will definitely fight, and again, there's no balance in what they are trying to do. Because if they are to remove immunity clause from the vice president to what happened to the president, they are running on a joint ticket. So what happened to the president is there. So there should be no secret cow or segregation. Yeah. If they want to do it, they should remove immunity clause from all the executive heads, from president, governor, even local. Presently, local government chairman and vice chairman, they don't even have immunity. You understand? So they. If they are serious about it, then they should make it uniform from president to governor.
I think I align myself with you 100%. It's going to be our topic either tomorrow or day after tomorrow on Friday. Well, that's just on a lighter note to set the tone for the conversation tonight. But on a very, very more serious note tonight, with you, the viewer, we are going to focus attention on topical issues in the politics. So much is happening, and lots of political events are unfolding within the political firmament, which are also causing lots of disruptions, thereby changing the political dynamics of the country, especially as all eyes have remained focused on the 2027 general elections. Across the length and breadth of Nigeria, news-dominating headlines include, but not limited to, the declaration of state of emergency in Rivers State by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The sole administrator is settling down. The altercation at the National Assembly yesterday between former Minister of Education, Dr. Ezekwesili, and Senator Nwaebonyi, which resulted into an unfortunate outburst between the two national figures, is also in the news. Also dominating headlines is the talks about the planned political coalition aimed at dislodging President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027, as well as reactions over the interview granted by former Vice President Atiku Abubakar yesterday by a sister television organization in Nigeria, where he described the leadership of the Nigerian Senate under the leadership of Senate President Godswill Akpabio as corrupt. And the news of a judge withdrawing self from Senator Natasha's suit following Senator Akpabio's petition over the sexual harassment allegation against him. So much is happening, sometimes we begin to wonder where to start from. But we have two topics tonight. So let's start with the first one. The journey to grant the 774 local government area councils in Nigeria full autonomy has been on a bumpy journey since the Supreme Court judgment of July 1st, 2024 that granted the 774 local government area councils in Nigeria full financial autonomy. But for the proponents of the proposed autonomy, there seemed to be a glimmer of hope, like a silver lining on the horizon, The House of Representatives on Tuesday, the 25th day of March 2025, which is yesterday, passed for second reading a bill seeking to establish the National Local Government Electoral Commission, NLGEC, an independent body responsible for organizing, conducting, and supervising elections into the offices of chairman, vice chairman, and councillors across the country, sponsored by the Deputy Speaker, Benjamin Kalu. If established, the commission will be tasked with ensuring credibility, transparency, and fairness in local government elections while promoting democratic governance at the grassroots. According to the draft of the bill, which we have a copy, the commission will comprise a chairman and 37 members representing the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. The bill provides that, and I quote, the chairman will serve as the chief electoral officer and other board members will be appointed by the president on the recommendation of the National Council of State, subject to Senate confirmation. The commission shall provide periodic reports on its activities and the outcomes of local government elections to the president, the National Assembly, and the general public, thereby promoting transparency and accountability in its operations. Well, the bill further seeks to amend Section 153 of the 1999 Constitution to empower the Commission to regulate the conduct of political parties and their candidates during local government elections. It went up further to say that the Commission shall be responsible for organizing, conducting, and supervising elections into the offices of chairmen and councillors of all local governments in the Federation, including the area councils of the Federal Capital Territory. It will also set election timetables, manage polling processes, and ensure compliance with electoral laws. It will oversee voter registration, maintain an accurate and up-to-date voter register, and ensure that eligible citizens have access to participate in the electoral process. The Commission will regulate and monitor political parties, candidates, and other stakeholders to ensure compliance with campaign finance laws, electoral codes of conduct, and other regulations. It will also design and implement voter education programs to inform the public about the importance of local government elections, their roles as voters, and the electoral process, thereby reducing voter apathy. Well, the bill also stipulates that the secretary of the board shall be appointed by the president on the recommendation of the commission's board and must be a legal practitioner with at least 10 years of experience. Already, Richard, I have a problem with this proposal, and I'm entitled to my own opinion. It seemed to me like some sort of duplication, because all the items, the proposed, National Local Government Election Commission is proposed to handle. All the items is proposed to handle. INEC is already handling it, because elections take place at the unit level, and INEC have representation, they deploy resources, and this will come with additional huge resources, because we are talking about depleted funds for INEC, which, Nigerians are complaining and agitating for reduction in the cost of governance. This will come with additional funding. It will come with additional responsibilities. There will be employment. And then if you take a look at their responsibilities, INEC, the national chairman, is handling the same thing that the chairman that will be appointed to oversee the activities of this commission is going to handle. So it's left to be seen how the journey is going to end. But, and there is this issue of concurrence by the state legislatures. And I don't see state governors who all the legislators across the country are within the whims and caprices of the state governors. I'm waiting to see how we're going to have a smooth sail, getting state concurrence for this bill to be passed before it comes back to the National Assembly through to thirds at the state level, and then assented to the bill to become an act of the parliament by the president.
Yes. It's a good development. It's a good development because at the local level, I've been there before as secretary. I've served in the local government before as local government secretary. And if you look at what is happening presently in Nigeria, you see that local government has been delegated for so long. And like the other day, I held this person, Bishop Hassan Kukuka. He defined the democracy as, he said, the democratization of development is what democracy is all about. It's all about, yeah. Yes, democratization. Democratization of development is what democracy. Anybody can define democracy anyhow you look at it from. And from my own end, I define democracy as the congregation of the minority political elite who are few, with the motive to ruling over the majority disorganized masses. You understand? For their own interest, in their own interest. Because the majority masses, they are disorganized. But the elite, they are organized. And their target is never for the interest of the masses, but their own personal interest. And that is what is happening now between local state governors and those who are managing the state resources jointly with local government resources presently. And like you said, I will align myself with you because there will be a serious battle. There's going to be serious battle for the National Assembly. This proposed a bill to get through. It will be a tug of war. And for the fact that there's going to be approval from State Assembly that is under the control of the state governors, that's where I'm afraid. That's where I'm afraid. If not, if local government will have a body that will be coordinating or conducting election for local government, I think once that happens, the state governors will be crippled. What is making them to be so strong now, and they are looking at themselves as a god, especially at the local level, is because of this joint account. Yes. Local government in Nigeria presently, they are like a department under the state government, and they don't in the constitution is spelled is there clear. They will have 3 tiers of government: the federal government, the state government, and the local government. But up till now, look, there's no democracy at the local level. If they are talking of election, the governor do selection. Governors, they do selection. That is why anyone who is overseeing state affairs, the party that you come from, the party that is your party, is the only party that win all the local government chairmen within the state, even councillors. So, if this was get through, the Nigerians will be free, especially the local level. Once democratization gets to the local level, there will be massive development. That's right. And most people, even some professors, doctorate degree holders, you will see them going down to the local level to serve. Because then, once it happens, election will be free. Like what we are seeing now. If you look at the National Assembly, they have about 70, how many different political parties, especially at the House of Representatives, the lower house. It's because INEC was responsible for the election. If it were local state governors that conducted the general election, one political party would be the dominant party at the national level. So this separation, if it is there, but the area that I am aligning myself completely with you is because there will be serious allocation of funds separately again. Why not allow INEC that is existing already now to take that responsibility? The highest they can do is to increase their budget a little. That's all. INEC already have state offices. Federal INEC already have local government offices. They have zonal offices. They have zonal offices. There will be no need for these additional state offices, and again, the 774 local government offices, there will be a new thing to be done, which will be new thing to be, that will lead to serious expenditure on the side of government. And presently, we are crying. And again, yes, some people might be looking at it from this angle that if it is created separately, it will create employment opportunity. for possibly their political followers. You understand? Because this bill is an act of the National Assembly, and they are politicians. So maybe for the purpose of job creation, some people might be looking at it from that angle. But if you are checking it from the angle of the country, the pulse of Nigeria, do we have the fund that will be enough for the takeoff of this independent electoral commission for local government? That is where the question lies. Well, but it's a good move taken by the National Assembly. Okay, that's one key point that I picked from you against the backdrop of how the revered Reverend Father, Bishop Matthew Kuka described democracy. Well, if you have one's definition of democracy is about provisions of expectations of good governance. Yes. Pragmatically speaking, the military can be defined as democratic because there are vestiges of military interventions in terms of development that we still see around. If you talk about IBB era, you see some of the things he put in place are still there, and government are still using them. I cannot begin to mention all of them. So the only thing that separates the military from, especially the military in Nigeria, the military and those that have ruled so far in Nigeria, the only thing that separates them from democracy that we operate now is that in their own, there's no election. There's no election. That is the only difference. And there's no parliament. If you want to talk about dignified life, if you look at the military, I think we have better life than even now. Most of the federal roads we are using today, they are constructed by federal military government. That's right. And especially the administration of Ibrahim Babangida, 1985. Yes, 85. Okay. So, well, we don't get anybody wrong here in the studio. We are not advocating for the return of any military government because it is an aberration. We are just making comparative analysis. Someone even made your definition of democratic or dividends of good governance is what defends democracy. That's why we're saying that some military administration have provided us. So let's open our telephone line so that our viewers can begin to call in. We have laid the foundation. This night, Chinedu from Abia is joining us. Chinedu, please go ahead with your contribution. Chinedu, are you there? Chinedu, we can hear you loud and clear. Please go ahead. We can hear you loud and clear. Chinedu from Abia.
Gentlemen, good evening all.
Good evening.
Please, my own thought, I think it's time now to be calling for our electoral reform. Our electoral reforms, it's time for we to push for electoral reform for the House of Senate, House of Assembly. Let them reform our electoral reform. Let's call for electoral reform. When we get it right for our electoral reform, believe me, everything will be going right. That's my opinion. Okay.
Thank you so much. Let's hear the second caller. Electoral reform is an entire gamut of rejigging the constitution and the electoral law. But let's take the second caller. Hello?
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening. Eso Dudu is standing by. Please go ahead, make it snappy.
Yeah, the topic on the show today is a very important one, and then the one that has national concern.
Okay, please, what's your name and where you're calling from? Then go ahead, tell us your name and where.
Aaron by name, calling for the second time now. Aaron by name, calling from Benue.
Aaron from Benue.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead, Aaron.
There is no need for national local government electoral commission.
Okay.
It's a kind of spending our money without any genuine outcome. We have National Electoral Commission already. They are saddled with the responsibilities of conducting elections into offices. Why not allowing them to do the same? Rather than duplicating the offices and costing a lot of expenditure for government and even for the masses. Look at the kind of bad road that you can see in other parts of this country. We have other things that government need to attend to other than creating more commissions that are not functioning. So, in my opinion, there is no need for that. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much. Let's take the next caller. Please go ahead. Sorry for keeping you waiting. Your name and where you're calling from?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
This is Paul from Ibadan.
Paul from Ibadan. Please go ahead, Paul from Ibadan.
Yeah, thank you very much for this particular topic. I really enjoy your station, and I thank you for bringing this topic.
We appreciate you.
Number one, by submission on the reform.
Okay.
The Senate should also reform that anybody that votes to a particular party, has a particular party mandate to also, he wants to defect, that defection means he has lost his own seat. That's number one. Okay. Then number two, they should do things in a right way, not for their political job givers. They are doing things that only people that are political parties. No, they should do things in the general interest of all Nigerians. Okay. Then number three, you see, when they say they want to reform commission on this and this, if the proper measure is being taken, even the INEC can do this work without calling for anybody, because the INEC have already have all the documents in their hands. And when you talk about the local government, even the local government that operate now, they are collecting their documents from INEC. So there is no need of setting up another commission to waste our resources in this country that is not even sufficient for us. So my solution is that they should put laws that anybody that voted into a particular political party, when he decides he has lost his own seat. Okay. If government, any party, any delegation that be, once he decides, you are no longer having that benefit because it's party that sponsors you. Thank you very much.
Forfeit your seat. Okay, let's take this next caller. Hello, good evening. Where are you calling from? Your name, please.
Good evening. My name is Ibrahim Ali, calling from Television Kaduna.
I'm going television. Okay, Ibrahim.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I think the bill to create national local electoral commission this time around is needless. Okay. Most especially looking at the kind of economy that we have in now. The economy is bleeding seriously. I don't think that we have that kind of resources to waste this time around. Before 1999, we had election, and I believe INEC conducted election for local government at that level, that time. Yes. So creating national local government electoral commission now will be like duplication of commission, and there will be conflict of interest if we are allowed to scale through. So I think the best is to return back the conduction of local government elections back to INEC. So there is no need of creating this thing. It's a waste of resources. It's needless. Nigeria, we don't even need this time around. Okay. Whosoever that is even bringing this bill up, I don't think it means well for the country. It's seamless. We don't have resources to waste. They should channel the resources to another developmental thing instead of all this. What is the work of INEC if we are to create another body that will be conducting local government elections?
Thank you.
So to me, it's needless.
Thank you, Ibrahim Aliu.
Thank you very much.
There is a consensus. Let's hear Comrade Idanye from Akoko. There seems to be a consensus against this bill.
Completely. Good evening, my brother. Good evening. This Comrade Idanye here from Akoko.
We know you, sir. You are our regular caller. Go ahead with your contribution.
Thank you. This is a welcome development.
Okay.
It's a very welcome development.
All right.
Let us be sincere to ourselves.
Okay.
When the state is conducting election for the local government, many problems arise. Let us be sincere to ourselves.
Yeah, go ahead.
This will create a move for the young people to know where they are going. That's the first thing. Then secondly, it will give room for employment in the local government and in the state and even in the national. Okay. So it is a welcome development.
Okay, thank you.
Carry on with that. Thank you.
Thank you. Pastor Rotimi from Akoko, Ondo State. Please, Pastor Rotimi, go ahead.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Pastor
Rotimi. And Mr. O'Reilly.
Thank you so much,
Good evening, sir.
You see, we live our problem. People are hungry. We are talking about the issue of election now. When people are hungry, we are not addressing where the shoe is pinching up. Now we are just entering into planting season. How will this government actually face agriculture and make sure that all Nigerians are well fed? The issue we are talking about the election into local government, leave it for INEC. Let them conduct election for us. And let Nigerians be fed. A country that cannot feed our citizens and is being called the giant of Africa. We are suffering in the midst of plenty in Nigeria. Let's go back to the land.
Okay.
And feed all Nigerians.
Thank you,
God
sir.
bless you.
Thank you, sir.
God bless Kaftan. God bless Nigeria.
Let's take this caller, then we'll come back to the studio already. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Your name, please, and where you're calling from?
Yeah, this is Mr. Schmeichel calling from Lagos.
Michael from Lagos.
Schmeichel, not Michael.
Oh, Schmeichel.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, so concerning this topic tonight, I think for me, that is personally now, I see it as a way for the president to still corner the local government again. You know, you find out that whenever president appoints anybody, look at what we're going now. Look at what we're going to try next chairman now. So if president now goes ahead and appoints this one, what will happen again?
Okay.
So we have INEC already. This is the situation. This is what I can say maybe like a situation where you have 3 children and then you say the children are not obeying, so you want to have 3 more when you have not fed the 3 children that they have. So I think this is a waste of time and a waste of money if eventually it's get through. Thank you, sir. God bless you.
Thank you so much. S.O. Dudu from Cross River State. We'll take a break from after calling you, then we'll come back to the studio. Please go ahead, our Kaftan ambassador.
Imagine a beautiful Nigeria with Kaftan TV.
That's right, S.O. Dudu, you're welcome.
And
good
imagine
evening.
a beautiful one with Kaftan TV. Good evening to you, Honorable Macaulay Honohashi, a very wonderful host.
Thank you.
Good evening to you, Honorable Dr. Richard Riri.
My own brother, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. And good evening to our esteemed viewers.
That's right.
Yes, National Local Government Electoral Commission. Bill passes for second reading in the Green Chamber. Yes, let me first of all appreciate the Dr. Tajun Abbas led House of Representatives. And may God continue to bless him.
That's right.
He's really wonderful.
He is.
And I pray that may the 10th Senate not happen to Nigeria again. I saw what happened yesterday. The senator from Nwaebonyi or whatsoever. I think he's even worse than Natasha. May God bless us. That is on a lighter note.
Yeah.
Yes, from all indications, if you look at just as other callers are saying, 1999, the conduct of local government election was done by INEC. So now, during that time, do we actually record some successes in the conduct of local government election? If that was the case, then at this point in time, what the House of Representatives should do, I think they should try to go back. Because what we are looking onto, we are trying to champion cost in the governance. From all indications, there is suffering in the land. Coming with the creation of another independent body to take care of the conduct of local government election, I don't think it's necessary. Although it's a welcome development. But what they should do at this point in time, one, like what you were saying, will this be able to get the nod of the State House of Assembly?
Exactly.
Because as it stands today, the state governors, they look at the local government as the major internally generated revenue to them. And from all indication, they will do everything humanly possible within their reach to make sure that the State House of Assembly that is under their wings and capacities, they will make sure that they vote against this. So now, if taking the conduct of local government or amending the section of the Constitution that empower the creation of State Independent Electoral Commission will be easy. I will advise that the Green Chamber should rather take this instead of going into setting a new independent body. If they can do this, it will definitely help. Because as it stands today, if you look at what is happening, it's an eyesore. I could remember 2021. I was with my friend, where my friend was introducing one councillor to me. I said, are you one of the selected councillors? The guy was annoyed. He was in place.
Selected councillor.
He said everything, but I stood my ground.
But he was selected.
I told you there was no election in Cross River now.
Exactly.
They do not conduct any election. What they did was a mass election. He said all sorts of things. So, this issue of winners take all that we are seeing under the reign of State Independent Electoral Commission, it will be checkmated if we try to take the conduct of local government to INEC, just as we are having today in the area councils in Abuja. It will help a lot. And again, the administrative autonomy and political autonomy will be fully restored in the local government system, whereby administratively local government will be able to employ teachers. They will be able to maintain primary school. They will be able to build more primary health centers and even health posts, and equip them with qualified health extension workers and even qualified midwives and nurses. It will actually help. And politically, we can see best brain coming to man the local government, not as we are seeing today, where you see people that are not even qualified, people that are not even ready to deliver a democratic dividend to the people in the grassroots, will be forced or imposed by the governors.
Thank you.
So, by God's grace, we are looking up to them. The Green Chamber should have a rethink, if possible. If it is to go the other way around, to repeat the section of that constitution, of the constitution that empower the creation of State Independent Electoral Commission, better.
Okay.
May God continue to bless.
Thank you. Thank you,
so
Dudu. We appreciate you for your incisive opinion on that topic. You see, when you use these comments as opinion sampling, there is a preponderance of, those,
no.
It's a no.
Yes.
Against it. Perhaps only one person is even in support of this proposition. But let's take this caller before we come back. Hello. Sorry, you've been trying to reach us. Go ahead. Your name and where you're calling from.
Good evening.
Please turn down the volume of your TV. Turn it down completely. Don't try to listen to yourself while you're making your contribution.
That is already done.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, this is Sebastian from Benin City, Edo State.
Sebastian, okay, you're a regular caller. Please turn down the volume. It's not
turn down the volume or we'll cut you off.
The volume is off. The screen is off.
Okay, but it's echoing here. Go ahead.
I know how we go about it. My television set is on mute. It's muted.
Okay, go ahead, Sebastian.
All right. I say a very big good evening to you and my brother, who is your co-host in the studio.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah. So first of all, I want to ask, what are you afraid of military administrators or rulers or regime for? What is your fear? After all, we have a military sole administrator in Rivers State. They are not doing any harm to us here as at the moment. So we shouldn't be afraid of military rule. After all, one of the African countries, the young man that took over from the previous government is doing well as the military head of state. They are doing fantastically well, more than the so-called democratically elected president or whatever. So military rule or whatever, what we need is capable hands, working heads, scores that have working brains. That is by the way. The issue of national local government electoral commission is another scheme, another conduit, another pipeline that these politicians are designing. They are designing to defraud this country. You see, 90% of them are not meeting well. They should come and arrest me. 90% of those we have in the palace of power, not even at the corridors of power anymore, in the palace of power, they are Yahoo men. I am saying it without missing words. It is not Captain's television's opinion. This is my observation, and that is what it is. So the fraudulent in behavior, they are fraudulent in name. Many of them fraudulent in age. That is why they will forge age and everything.
Okay.
So this, if they mean well for us, what they should have done, what they should have suggested would have been to set up a bill to repeal the existing one, so that the INEC will take over. We take over the conduct of local government elections, just as it was 1999, during the time of Obasanjo and the rest of them. In my state here, we had local government administration was competitive. We have AFP, we have so many different parties. It was a competition galore. These people were doing projects competitively. This one will build school, the other one will build health center, the other one will do boreholes, the other one will build market, the other one will build processing centers. There was this developmental competition amongst them, and the citizens were enjoying them, enjoying their services, enjoying everything. Suddenly, I didn't know. Maybe I was asleep when they suddenly, before I woke up, I heard that the local government, the conduct of local government election has been transferred, has been removed to the State Electoral Commission, which is annoying. In fact, it is annoying. It's an aberration.
Thank you, Sebastian.
So, if they want to help us, let them return local government election to INEC. If they want to fortify INEC, so that INEC, if they want to fortify and sanctify INEC, so that INEC will truly serve us, give us what we give to them in return, which is the vote in. They should make INEC and judiciary, so that both of them will be there will be this synergy.
Thank you. Thank you, Sebastian. We appreciate you. You know, in 1999, with the advent of this current democratic dispensation that brought in former military head of state, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, who was jailed by General Abacha, local government elections were conducted at the same period by the same INEC that was newly constituted by the military administration of General Abdul Salami Abubakar, and that was no problem. I know with the emergence of a local government administration as the third tier of government in the 1999 Constitution as amended, we saw robustness of local government administration at the grassroots level. And there was this spectacle in 2001 of display of 1,000 Prado jeeps that local government bought from Japan. as their contribution under the auspices of the Association of Local Government of Nigeria, ALGON, you know, under the leadership of the chairman of Tongo Local Government of Adamawa State, Joseph Jella, Honorable Joseph Jella of blessed memory. And they were displayed at the Eagle Square and distributed to the Nigerian police as their own contribution to beef the security, as it were. And not only that, it attracted, you know, people from all over the world, particularly mayors from America that are on equal footing with local government administration in Nigeria as the third-tier government in Nigeria. And around 2002, 2003, you know, because of envy and other related issues, you know, that was their powers were stifled, and it became, you know, within the whims and caprices of state governors. Oriri, just to make this point clear.
If you look at the reactions from Nigerians, you see clearly that we are not...
they are not in support of it.
They are not in support of it.
It's effort in futility.
Even if you go to the grassroots to ask even our mothers, they will tell you that that is not what Nigerians want now. From the empirical evidence, you will clearly see that INEC have the capacity to handle election for local government. In 1999, like the last caller just rightly mentioned, all of us were alive then.
Exactly.
In my local government, it was ANPP that won. PDP won some councillors out of the 10 wards, but ANPP dominated the state, the local government
it was INEC that conducted the election.
It was INEC that conducted the election, and all of them, all the candidates for the different political parties, they went round campaigning night and day to ensure that the people gave them the vote. And those that were so chosen by the people were elected. And they went to the state local government office to... A lot happened, just like you said. The Prado Jeep was distributed to all the police division.
Exactly.
In the 774 local government in Nigeria, I witnessed, I saw it.
The present Algon cannot do that.
Not at all.
They are still in
there was serious development then. Local government chairman and supervisory councillor for finance of local government. If local government chairman will not have time to come to Abuja for federation allocation, it was the supervisory councillors that local government chairman sent to Abuja for their allocation. And there was serious development at the local level. Then it was not appointment. It was election.
It was election.
It was election. It was local government chairman, once they elect you, you first of all schedule your time that you visit all the world. You go and see, familiarize with the people. You know what is their problem. And from there, you design your policy in line with the needs of the people at that time. And from 1999 till now, INEC have been conducting election for the area councils. And they have not been, no problem, no quarrel, and no issues. And if you look at Abuja, you will see clearly that the area councils that INEC have been conducting election to, they are performing and they are doing very well, delivering on democratic to the people. So, if INEC will be given the opportunity again, I don't even know why President Olusegun Obasanjo changed the tide.
Exactly.
Nobody can tell why. What was his reason for saying that local government elections shouldn't be conducted by INEC?
He was misled by governors.
Maybe that was when he was planning for third term.
For third term, he was misled.
You understand? That was what he was. You know, that is one major problem we have in Nigeria. Our leaders think about themselves. What benefit them is their issue. But what benefit the masses is never their concern.
They are not futuristic in their
reasoning. That is not their concern. So now that they are coming up again to see that, yes, that lapses, that loophole is closed. By this legislation now going on in the House of Representatives, Nigerians are pleading from the call so far. Nigerians are pleading that INEC should take over their rightful responsibility in conducting elections to local government.
Okay, let's take Moses from Uyo. Moses is joining us from Uyo. Please go ahead, Moses. Let's say
good evening. Long time, KAFTAN TV.
Long time, Moses. Where have you been?
We have no light here. Yeah, this is audio call. I don't know the topic of today.
Okay, that's right. Well, go ahead with your contribution, please.
What is the topic today?
The topic is that we're talking about, you know, there is a proposal by the House of Representatives and sponsored by the Deputy Speaker to establish a Nigerian local government independent electoral commission, in addition to INEC that we have, so that they will conduct local government elections to produce local government chairman, vice chairman, and councillors. Do you agree with that?
It is a good thing. How can they, even when they establish that sector, will they do without corruption? It's not that we're not the same people. My brother, Nigeria is a country that we need to pray extra. Because even when they establish another independent body to conduct local government elections, it's still Nigerian that will be there. They know what to do. That is the problem. Look at all these days. Problem in the House of Senate, this and that, like today, very written in headline news, all those things. We are in the hand of God to help us.
Thank you.
Because even if I conduct election still the same, they will still complain.
Okay.
No government, they will still defend, they still complain. So we need to pray for Nigeria. This is not the country of our dreams. We need to ask God to help us out.
Thank you.
God bless Ghana TV. God bless you, sir. God bless all the kids in the studio.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Moses has a fixated mindset against Nigeria and you don't blame him for that. But really, as we're winding down, can we discuss something, a despicable spectacle that happened yesterday at the Red Chamber? The embattled senator representing the Central Senatorial Zone of Kogi State, Senator Natasha Akpabio, has apologized to a former Minister of Education, Dr. Obi Ezekwesili, over her clash with the senator representing, is it Ebonyi not? Onyekachi.
Ebonyi not.
Nwaebonyi.
Onyekachi Nwaebonyi.
Nwaebonyi. Ezekwesili and Nwaebonyi clashed on Tuesday, that's yesterday, at the hearing of the Senate Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petitions on a fresh petition brought by Senator Akpabio against Senate President Godswill Akpabio. The Kogi lawmaker has repeatedly accused Akpabio of intimidation, maligning, and sexually harassing her. On Tuesday, Dr. Obi Ezekwesili was in the company of Dr. Abiola Akiode, counsel for Akpabio, and the petitioner Zuberu Yakubu at the Senate committee hearing as a witness in the case. Nwaebonyi, who appeared as a witness for Akpabio, repeatedly interrupted the former minister during the hearing. Ezekwesili then asked the Senate Deputy Whip to, and I quote, "Compose yourself and stop making noise," when she said, "Please, will you shut up?" Following the comments, tempers rose high, and Senator Nwaebonyi lashed out at the former minister by repeatedly saying, and I quote, "You are a fool. What do you mean? Why are you talking to me like that? I will not take it. You are an insult to womanhood. People like you cannot be here," end of quote. Reacting to the clash, Senator Natasha Akpabio took to her ex-handle on Wednesday to tender apology to Dr. Obi Ezekwesili over the insult hurled at her by the lawmaker. The Kogi senator also commended the former minister for her unwavering commitment to good governance, education, and democracy when she wrote, and I quote, "Madam, I apologize for the insults. No, you took them for me, for us, as a mother and as a leader. Know that you are a true icon of integrity, courage, and visionary leadership. Your unwavering commitment to good governance, education, and democracy continues to inspire generations. A champion of accountability. Nigerians appreciate you. I celebrate your brilliance, resilience, and selfless service. You are a hero," end of quote. Oriri, I saw democracy on her knees yesterday, listening to that senator, a serving senator, so despicably displaying, uncooked language against a fellow icon, someone that many people regard as incorruptible, icon that had mettle in the political sphere when she held sway as Minister of Education in Nigeria. And she's a global player in the finance world. But here we are, and you come to think of it that the entire, hearing was scuttled because of this despicable act coming from those that are supposed to demonstrate leadership to the entire nation.
What happened yesterday was a national embarrassment at the international level, not just within Nigeria, global embarrassment. And for Senator Onyekachi Nwaebonyi, to have reacted that way to the Mrs. Madam Due Process, the Obi Ezekwesili. It was an insult to the entire country, and that is a clear sign of victimization against the women gender in Nigeria. The case at hand was a case of victimization, sexual harassment of a female senator. And the Nwaebonyi himself was there as a witness to the accused Senate President.
Exactly.
Senate President. Ordinarily, common sense demands that he should have conducted himself in a way and manner that he will not put the Senate President in another trouble. And for the whole world not to see that, yes, the gang up was to silence women. And he went ahead again, shouting and calling Mrs. Due Process. Her resume alone should be it's a pride to Nigeria. Deputy governor of a CB World Bank before. She has served as minister of in this country. Yes. If you check what the offices she has occupied, Senator Nwaebonyi, I think this is the first national position, national office that Senator Nwaebonyi will occupy in his life.
Right.
You understand? The first political office he has occupied was PDP state chairman in Ebonyi State. Coming to national limelight as a young man, ordinarily he should have portrayed himself, position himself as a national figure, young person coming up in this. Now they have already given Senator Natasha the judgment that what she said was right. And the gang up in the Senate before even her suspension was not done in line with human rights principle.
Okay, let's
understand?
Let's take the thoughts of one Nigerian before we wrap up, because we are winding down. Please go ahead. Your name and where you're calling from.
Yes, my name is Paula. I'm calling from Kolima State.
Paula. Did you say Paula?
You should talk.
Let's take another caller. Please go ahead. Your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, my name is Akpabio. I'm from Lagos.
Okay, please go ahead. 30 seconds because we are about to wrap up.
Please, all of us are taking this issue personally. Madam Okoli is a political party on one hand. We have senators from other parties. A certain senator, all of them are talking about their party, not about the issue. All of them are politicians. They are on business. Take it and leave it. They are political and they are politicians. That's their business. They are not keeping short or keep us short. That's their torture.
Thank you. But there was no decorum at all.
Not at all.
There was no decorum. Let's hear you, please. Your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Your name and where you're calling from.
Dr. Love on the line from Benin.
Okay, Dr. Love, this is a different number.
Yeah, it is my. I don't have question on the other one. Okay, good evening.
Go ahead.
Sharply, on this matter of Natasha and Akpabio's hearing, for me, when I was watching the two of them that was insulting themselves, it was a national embarrassment.
Yeah.
You see, first and foremost, Ezekwesili no person. Apart from the fact that yes, he has occupied different positions and what have you. For you to publicly tell someone to keep quiet, he's a city senator, no matter how young he is. He's a city senator. Even if it is a son, it's an embarrassment. And the young man, on his own, because he cannot control his temperament, go ahead and also be retaliated. For me, it is a national embarrassment.
Yeah.
And the young man, I pray that they will learn their lesson.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much. We appreciate your call. Oh, Eso Dudu is about joining us, but we don't have time already. You are finding out
those of us that watched the scenario yesterday, the senator was already tensed before even the Ezekwesili asked him to control his temper. He was already highly tempered. In any case, what my advice to Nigerian leaders is to see that whatever that they do, they go out to do, they should first look at the national interest of Nigeria. The image of this country is more valuable to us than their personal interest. And what the display yesterday is, like from what the last caller said, was all about party differences. But in any case, there was a case before them. They should have focused on that case and not on personal ground. The both of them, they have Nigerians' apology.
Exactly. I think both of them are all Nigerians' apology because there was total display of lack of decorum from both ends. And well, for the women, they are accusing Nigerian men of entrenching the culture of patriarchy and misogyny. That's the end of our package tonight on Matters Arising. I remain yours truly, Macaulay Honashi. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. God bless Nigeria.
I remain Richard already. Good night. Good night.
Really?
Sir, imagine a beautiful world.